Hey everyone, Mike DeMora here in Redondo Beach, California at the NCEP Fitness office. Thank you so much for being here. Look, I want to start off by saying this. I hear you. I hear you. Look, so many people have reached out to me and told me, look, that they love these little blogs, but a couple of things. One, they want a little more fitness information actually. So I'm going to go down that path today. And also the second thing they said is, can we keep it around 5 to 7 minutes? Anything after 7 minutes gets a little long. Look, I respect your time and I really want to, go with what you say. So here we go. Today we are going to work on what we call the piriformis. Has anyone ever heard of it? Alrighty, well, piriformis, although it's a little tiny muscle, it's unbelievably important. So give me a second. Okay. Had to go grab my friend that was hanging out here, right? Here, look at my little guy. Okay, so here's the idea. The piriformis is this little muscle, right? And it goes from the greater trochanter over to the sacrum, right? So right across here, like this. So the reason I'm bringing it up is because of butt pain. I know everybody talks about butt pain. Now look, let me talk a little bit more about it. So many of your clients are going to tell you that, oh my gosh, my butt hurts. Oh, every time I move my leg, every time I move my femur, the upper portion of my leg, it starts to hurt. So I want to tell you a little bit about the piriformis and what's going on. Now, I don't want to go too far in deep. Remember, we're looking only for the first 5 minutes. So let me tell you a little bit about the piriformis. The piriformis, once again, is that muscle. It's only about as thick as your two fingers, right? It goes from the greater trochanter, in other words, the outside of the top of your femur, right? To the what? To the sacrum, which is right in between the butt cheeks. Now, this muscle goes right over and in between what we call the sciatic nerve. Now, when people say, oh, my sciatica, so many times it's not truly a sciatic nerve issue. Now, a true sciatic nerve issue is going to be something that starts from your low back and goes all the way down to your feet even, okay? But a lot of people just feel the pain in their butt and they feel the pain in the back of their legs. And here's what it is. It's another thing called Piriformis Syndrome. And what that means is this. I'm going to go over some science with you, so hold on. If you haven't done your functional anatomy yet, here's a little word check, right? So there is a couple of terms that I need to go over with you. One is called reciprocal inhibition. And what that means is, reciprocal inhibition means if one side is tight, the other side is what? Is loose. Now I'm going to use those terms right now. So if our hip flexors are tight, our hip extensors are loose. If our hip flexor is tight, that means our hip extensor, in other words, glutes are what? Are weak or loose. So when our glutes become weak, especially the gluteus medius, when the gluteus medius is weak, remember what the gluteus medius does. The gluteus medius eccentrically decelerates femoral internal rotation from heel strike to toe off in the gait cycle. So in other words, every time you step, every time you land with your heel, the femur wants to internally rotate. Now, the gluteus medius is supposed to slow that down, but if your gluteus medius sucks, right, and you're not using it and it's not strong, what happens? This little tiny muscle called the piriformis has to do all the work, and it gets really angry and it gets really tight, right? It gets super angry and super tight. Then what happens? Well, what happens is it starts to compress. In 1 out of every 8 people, the piriformis actually pierces, the sciatic nerve actually pierces the piriformis. So when the piriformis gets tight, clumps on the nerve, and now you've got some issues tingling down your leg. If not, the other 7 out of 8 people or so, once again, the sciatic nerve goes on the inside. But when the piriformis get tight, it still clamps down on it. It's not the same type of clamping, but it still clamps down on it and still gives you that weird feeling, that pain in the butt, that feeling like it's not going to go away. So what do we need to do? I'm going to tell you what we need to do. The first thing we like to do is we want to what? We want to grab our Theragon. Remember, our NCEP Theragon. Yeah, woohoo! Anyway, we're going to grab our Theragon, turn it on, and we are going to put it right there in the piriformis. Now remember, I already told you where it's located. Greater trochanter, which means that big bump on the side of your hip, right? Big bump on the side of your butt. Take that and slide it through across till you get to what? To in between the cheeks. In between the cheeks, there is what we call the sacrum. The sacrum is part of your spine. It's part of the spine that is what? Fused. It's stuck together. Now, right in between there, we want to turn this on, boom, and we want to rub right in there, bam, bam, bam. Go from the outside in, bop, 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 bop. When you find a hot spot, keep it there, keep it there. Now remember, if you're a trainer, you're going to be doing this to them. If they're doing it by yourself or you're doing it by yourself, you're no problem. Theragun is so easy to use. You just pop it right there and take care of business. Now, that is only going to quote unquote get rid of some pain. It's going to make you feel better, but it's not going to really fix anything. What we need to do to fix something is we need to do something where now once we have the what? Once we have the piriformis relaxed and we really pounded on it, we did it for a good minute or two straight, bam, 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 bam. Any hot spots, keep it there even longer, right? Go 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Now it's all relaxed. Now the first thing you're going to need to do is squeeze your butt cheeks together. Squeeze them together. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let go. Squeeze them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You might want to do that 3 to 5 times. Now you've activated all those fibers. Squeeze those butt cheeks together. Now what I want you to do to really seal the deal is I want you to stand on the leg, just one leg, stand on the one leg, right? That you're just working on the piriformis. Stand on that one and go to your toe on the other side. Now, if you can just stand one leg, that's fantastic, but most people aren't going to be able to do just one leg. Then I want you to take your opposite hand, and start to bend over and touch your toe. That is what we call opposite arm, opposite hand touchdown, right? And you're going to touch down to your toe on the opposite side. That is what is going to fix your stuff, right? So, for those of you who don't know, my background is I am a board certified exercise therapist. That's right, a board certified exercise therapist. And what I just taught you was something right from our book of exercise therapy. Now, we used to do a course called the exercise therapy course. Odd name, right? So, we are thinking about bringing that back. Let me know if you are interested in the quotes, right? Text me, call me, email me, whatever you want to do. But let me know if you might even be interested in doing the advanced exercise therapy. Now, this is going to take a whole process, six months to 1 year. So tell me if you're even interested in it, and tell me if you like this blog more about what? Exercise therapy. Thank you so much. Looks like I went a little over, but it's under 10 minutes. Have a great day. Bye now. God bless.